Hello, good day to you. In continuation of my topic of OpenStack administration, I would like to talk about the Swift service. The Swift service is responsible for object storage. This is similar to AWS S3 service. So if you have ever heard of AWS S3, the Swift service is similar to it. So the Swift service, by definition, it is a highly available, distributed, eventually consistent object store. So what does that mean? It is highly available. That means, you know, you can rely on it that your object will be available, when you need it. It is distributed, meaning that it distributes the file so that even if one region is destroyed, you still have the files, in other regions. Eventually consistent means, since it is distributed, when you make changes to your file or when you write your file, the file will eventually be consistent with the other, files, since it is distributed. Uh, so it is an object store. It uses replication to make sure that your files are available. So that is, uh, if one file is deleted, you or corrupted, you have other copies of the same file. So what is an object? Basically, an object are things like files, video, audio files, like whatever files you can think of. That is an object. So the objects are stored as binary files. That is important that they are stored as binary files on the file system with the metadata stored in the extended attributes. So extended attributes, if you're familiar with files and the attributes on the Linux system, so that is what it uses to store the metadata. So three things you have to be familiar with, that are fundamental to Swift: account, container, and the object. So the account represents, maybe like the organization or the project that owns that particular file. The container is the namespace, that surrounds that object or that define that object. So the object itself, they are the content or document, images, videos, etc. So the objects are accessible via REST APIs. That is, you can use HTTP, you can make HTTP requests, for your object. And what does that mean? That means you can, access your objects over a very long distance. So, for example, let's say you have an object that is stored somewhere in the UK and you reside in India. You can easily be able to retrieve your files because you can access it via HTTP. So the way the files are like a part, what defines a particular object is, like I said, account, the container, and the object. So think of the path to an object to be like the account, the container, and the object. So you can think of the container as something like the S3 buckets. You know. So let's go to the OpenStack dashboard actually. So that we can see and demonstrate. So I have the OpenStack. Let's log in. So I'm logged in here. I'll go under my project, then you'll see a tab called Object Store. So this is a tab that deals with the Swift service. So right now I have only one container, and let me delete this container so that I start all over again. So like I said, the container is like the namespace. For example, where you store related files. Related file. For example, if you want to store, if you have a file that contains images, maybe your pictures, you know, maybe a family picture, that you can name that container as family picture. So that will be your container. So I can create a container by doing or add. Let's call it demo container. So I can make it public or not public. So public, for example, if I want everybody to be able to view maybe my pictures or listen to an audio file, I will make it, public. If I want it, maybe people to pay me, maybe I want people to pay, to access this document, I will say not public. So I can say public, then submit. So I have created my container. So now I can upload files. So to upload files, basically, you see there's some tab here. You can say upload file, or we can create a folder, inside that container. So let me call it videos. That is the folder. So if I go into that folder, I can add, an object. So I will upload an object right now. I have a video file here. Let me look for a smaller video. Actually, I don't want it to take like a lot of time. So I have a 10 megabyte video right here. Upload file. So it is going to upload that file. So like I said, you can have the file can be images, document, audio, video, or like wherever. Like S3 service in AWS, I think it is one of the most used service in AWS. A lot of videos that you watch online, or a lot of uh, document pictures that you see, they are stored in S3 these days. So you see, I have created, an object. So this object right now, it is replicated internally. That is, if by any chance one of the object is deleted somewhere, I will have access to it, somewhere. That is why it is said that this service is, available, distributed, and eventually consistent. I can look at if I can view the details. So you see things like the details. This is the hash of the file. You see the content type, the timestamp, and the size. So these are these are metadatas. So these are metadatas. So basically, I have created, my object, and I can download it. So for example, I can upload this object, and maybe if I have a friend, somewhere, let's say I have a friend in Jamaica. Let's say I have a friend in Jamaica. My friend can go and download this file, so it is available over HTTP. So what that makes it very useful. So, and you can deal with Swift store objects. You can deal with it, from uh from other places like the command line. Sorry. So right now I did all the operation from the dashboard, but we can actually go to the command line and do some things. So this is my command line actually, and so for you to, if you want to do anything from the command line, you have to source your RC file, definitely. So if you don't know what an RC file is, I made a video about it. So it's a file that contains your credentials. So then you can, so for example, something we can do Swift, and let's get help. Let's see help. So some of the commands that we can do delete, download, lists, post, copy, start. So let's actually do Swift list. So let me list uh, my demo container. So I'm doing a list on this demo container. You see, it displayed the directory, the folder, and the file. So I can do, uh, I think I can do a start. That is another, um, that is another operation I can do. I hope, let me try this out. So I'm doing a start is, a way to get some information. Okay, so I'm supposed to do it like this. Oh, what? So, hmm. so, so to do a start, do the container, then the object. So let me try again. Basically, okay, let's do a start on the container first. So a start will give information about that container. You see, like a lot of information. These are what is called metadata. You know, and let me try to do it on the an object. Okay, fields. Let me. What's the name of this object actually? Oh, okay. Finally, so basically, the start. I do a start on the container, then the file name. I had to put the file name in a quote because there is a space somewhere in the name of that file. So so I did a start. So the start gave me information about this particular object. So if I want to create a container, let's say I want to create a container from the command line, I can do Swift post. So you see, post is actually one of the REST APIs, HTTP APIs or methods. So post, let's say I'm posting. So I'm using the post to create a new container. So I did post demo 2. So if you go to the dashboard right now and I reload, so you see I have another container. So I think that is the basics of using the Swift storage. I can do an upload, from the so for example, let me see. I can do an upload from my command line also, or let's say I do a list. Let's say I want to upload. Um, one of the command is upload. I want to upload to this container. I want to upload. Let's say I want to upload this file. So you see, if I go back to this demo, if I reload, so you see now the demo 2 container contains this file, so I can view the details. So you see, that is how to some of the basics of dealing with the Swift object storage. It is a very very useful service. Like I said, in AWS, one of the most useful services is the S3 service. So and you can do a lot of other things. So if I do Swift help, so some of the other things you can do, you can copy, start, post, list, you can download or do a lot of things. So for example, let's say I want to download one of the files. So let's say I want to download, this file, from the command line here. You can do download. So you see, I've downloaded the file, but uh, yeah, I don't know where. Okay, yeah. So sorry. So you see, now I have this folder called videos. So if I do an ls on videos, now I have this file. So that's so these are like some basics of using Swift. So there's a lot of things to this service. So if you go to the Openstack dashboard, you can learn about a lot of things. You can learn about how to do the RESTful using the HTTP, or like I said, you can do HTTP. You can so some of the most fundamental concept, like I said, are account, container, and the object. So it's very important. Um, so yeah, there are some other things to it about, for example, the architectural overview. You learn something about the proxy server, the ring, or storage policy, and a lot of things. So replication, like I said, it uses replication. So it says replication is designed to keep the system in a consistent state in the face of temporary error conditions like network outages and drives failure. So replication, I think by default the replication factor is 3, so it replicates your object 3 times, to make sure that your object is available. So yeah, so that's the basics of the Swift service. I hope it's been beneficial to you to learn one or two things about this service. And if you learn one or two things, I would like you to like the video and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Thank you for watching. See you in some other videos. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Thank you. Bye.